Well, how you do, buckaroos? Had a little technical malfunction there, and everything set up to go, and everything went belly up on me. The camera moved, and everything jumped, and so I'm trying to figure it out again. Hold on. That ain't gonna work. Guarantee it. Let me see if that'll hold it down. Hold my crop up. Alrighty. Well, fuck me. There, let's do something different. That was a whole lot of frustrating, that was. Everything's always working perfectly. The moment I press play, then everything goes to hell. It's gonna be nice. Screw what you can do. That's show business, sorry. In this case, fake show business. So I've got an Ozarks Beer Company. See, that's been that kind of day. I've got Ozarks Beer Company IPA. Brand new to cans. They've had the pale ale in cans. They've had their stout in cans. They've had their golden ale in cans, but the IPA is brand new to cans, so there we go. Good gravy, Mabel, man. That was brutal. I just cannot get the angle I want. Here we go, and everything keeps falling on me. Anyway, screw it. Robin Williams used to say there's only 2 rules to life. 1, don't sweat the little shit. Rule 2, it's all little shit. It's mostly correct. There is some big stuff in there. Your children are big stuff, but you know, I think the point he was trying to make, where is some of us get wound up getting all excited about small stuff, like my props falling down and my camera going. In the grand scheme of life, that's little stuff. My wife and I lost our son to cancer a little over 4 years ago. That's big stuff. That's hard to get over. In fact, we haven't got over it yet. But stuff like props falling down or something wrong here, sometimes we get excited, and start cousin, you know what? Relax, because in the grand scheme, that's just small shit. I think that's the point Mr. Williams was trying to make. So anyway, sorry folks at Ozarks Beer Co. You guys are brilliant. 5.5%, 56 IBUs, described as floral, citrus, tropical fruit notes. They tell you to look for pineapple, mango. They don't say grapefruit, but I'm going to say grapefruit. I'm also going to say tangerine. They tell you on their website they say pine, but at their tap room they say tropical, and tropical and floral is what they tell you to look for. It is very floral. You get almost these orange blossom-like notes, some honeysuckle-like notes on the nose, as well as those tropical fruit notes, mango, pineapple. You might get some papaya in there, but I'm still feeling some citrus personally. Some tangerines found in there. Biscuits and gravy. It's a good beer. It's nice because it's only 5.5%, right? So it's not an IPA that's going to put your wink in the mud. Traditionally, IPAs, American IPAs anyway, ran between 5.5 to 6, and they gradually started getting bigger and bigger as years went on. And then, I don't know, about a handful of years ago, the West Coast IPA became all the rage because craft beer drinkers are trendy as all hell. And the ABV went between 6.5 to 7.5% for just a regular IPA. But now it's kind of come down again. Most, you got the New England style, which I've seen run about 5.5 to 6. Unless we're talking about double, which will be about 8. But for a standard, most of them run between 5.5, 6. Are very juicy. To me, they're one-dimensional, but some people really like it. But this, I have just a nice IPA that seems to cover everything, you know. I mean, it seems to have notes of a traditional American craft IPA. I'm not feeling any traditional British IPA, to be honest. But I seem to have notes of a traditional American craft. I certainly have some elephants. I have some elements of a West Coast. With the tropical fruit notes. So some might say, well, it doesn't feel like a session IPA, or does it feel like an APA? And statistically, to be honest with you, 5.5, 56, it is statistically aligned with an APA. However, the flavors and balance really do feel more like an IPA. Meaning it is balanced, but it's balanced for an IPA and not for an APA, if that makes sense to you guys out there. It's just a great beer. It runs about 10 a 6-pack. And to be honest, typically 5.5% beer I don't like paying that much for because I'm a tightwad. But in the grand scheme of things in the craft beer world, that's certainly not expensive. And yes, I will buy it again because it really is that good, as is everything that Ozarks Beer Company does. They really are that good. You got to go to their tap room, though. Excuse me, I'll scratch my nose. You got to visit their tap room because they do things in their tap room that don't get canned. Right now, they've got a farmhouse, a dry hop Simcoe farmhouse that's beyond gorgeous. So you've got the banana notes, the spice notes of a traditional farmhouse, but then at the end, you've got these Simcoe notes, kind of giving me a feeling of a kind of a Belgian IPA kind of thing. It's just an absolute gorgeous beer, but again, everything they do is beyond phenomenal in my opinion. There's a lot of great breweries in that neck of the woods. I personally work for Saddlebach, and I like a lot of what they do, but there's so many great breweries in northwest Arkansas, the Ozarks region, which encompasses southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. And there's a lot of reasons to visit all of their tap rooms. New Providence, for instance, just started canning a beer they call Fallen Queen, which is their Belgian wit. I'm guessing they canned that one first because it was their most middle-of-the-road kind of beer. You know, it's one that most people are going to like. But their IPAs are fantastic. I mean, last year I had a basil-infused double IPA that was just, oh man, that just made me stiff in all sorts of directions. Bentonville Brewery last year, I had their salted cherry sour, which is basically a cherry goza, and I'm not a fan of cherries, not a huge fan of gozas. That beer was brilliant. Bike Rack has so many great beers, and they've just hired, in my opinion, a world-class brewer, Josiah Moody, who's doing Moody Brews. So there's just a lot of reasons to be excited about Ozarks beer, whether you're in southwest Missouri or northwest Arkansas. But talking just about Ozarks Beer Co. and this particular beer, their pale ale is gorgeous. Their IPA previously had only been on tap, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't get my IPA on tap anywhere because everybody wanted this one. As far as an IPA goes, it's just gorgeous. Everything they do is brilliant. This beer is just so tasty. It's refreshing, yet a little bit lower in alcohol than most IPAs. It's just a beer that tastes good, especially a day like today when it's damn near 100 degrees out here with a heat index. I couldn't fry an egg on the sidewalk, but I could steam the hell out of one. So there you go. Biscuits and gravy. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Oh yeah, right there. I really felt a lot of pineapple and mango right on that sip. Actually, that was all tropical fruit right there. That was. The herbal notes or pine, I find right at the very end that kind of helps dry everything up. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and biscuits and gravy all around good guy.